All right, y'all. One last check. One last check. Hello, hello. Yep, we are good. All right. What's popping, y'all? Welcome back to I guess what is the second episode of the Radio Moss podcast, but is actually the first episode of the Off the Chart series within the Radio Moss podcast, where we rank anything, any and everything. It's usually music related. In fact, I think it's going to be music related pretty much every time. But yeah, man, today you guys see the thumbnail, you guys see the title. Today we are ranking the top 10 Kanye West albums of all time. Now, normally with this series, I would probably opt to go with ranking an entire discography. But in the case of Mr. West here, I have not listened to the last two Vultures albums, and I have not heard Donda 2 yet. And so, with that being the case, I'm going to go top 10 because I'm going to venture to guess and say that neither one of those, none of those three would crack my top 10. I'm just going to guess just based off of the little bit that I have heard from them. So yeah, I'm not tripping about it. If you guys, if you guys are tripping about it, tell me in the comments below about how Vultures and Vultures 2 and Donda 2 are the best Kanye West albums of all time, and they need to be in this top 10. So spoiler alert, they're not here. Um, you can tell me that all you want in the comments, but to keep it a buck, I'm probably just gonna take your word for it. I don't know that I am gonna be checking them out. But we're here to rank the top 10, bro. We're here to rank the part of Kanye's discography that I actually do hold near and dear to my heart, and that I absolutely love to death. And just kind of reminisce a little bit, go a little bit down memory lane, and talk about some really awesome albums. So I do want it to be a little bit of a surprise what gets left off here. You guys already know three that are left off, but there is two that I think people are going to be like, oh, which one is going to make the cut versus which one isn't. At number 10 on my list, I have Donda. Now, it was kind of interesting. I'm just going to tell you guys straight up. So I was picking between, I didn't do any plugs or nothing. It's whatever. I'll do them at the end of the video. I was picking between Donda and Ye for this 10th spot. And it was kind of interesting to be picking between those two because Donda, they're almost polar opposites, right? Like Donda is like 30 something tracks, and then Ye is like 7 tracks. And so I am typically somebody who is gonna favor the the more concise, like more neatly packaged album over just a 30 track album. I would favor the shorter one, but in this circumstance, I actually favor Donda just off the strength of, I think the best songs on Donda. I don't think Ye has songs that are that good, even though it is a more concise album, a more thorough listen, and to be quite honest, probably an album that I would go back and listen to more frequently, or be more apt to go back and listen to than Donda, just because of the length. But I think Donda has better music on it, and at the end of the day, that's what I'm judging this based off of is how much do I enjoy the music, and the best songs on Donda, nothing on Ye is touching it. So that's why Donda gets the 10th spot here. But yeah, so that is ultimately why I ended up going with Donda over Ye. By the way, guys, it is a nighttime pod. I don't know if y'all noticed. I realized I left my windows open, but it's a nighttime pod, and I'm staying up all night to get this done. So I'm doing it for y'all. I'm doing it for shout out generated username, I believe was their name, who left a very dope comment on the GNX video. So that's who I'm doing it for. But yeah, so I got Donda at number 10. Life of the Party, Off the Grid, Jail, Hurricane. For it to be as long as it is, I don't really think that there's, a whole lot of bad tracks here. So Donda at number 10, and now we're going to move to number 9, and I got Yeezus at number 9. And I know a lot of people are all over Yeezus and absolutely love Yeezus. I'm not as high on it, but I am higher on it than when it first came out. I did not like it when it first came out. I didn't even like it probably like 5 years after it came out. Um, it wasn't until probably like a little bit past 2020 that I really started to warm up to Yeezus. But now I really like the song On Site. But I've always liked Black Skinhead, even though I didn't really like Yeezus as an album. I also always liked New Slaves and Blood on the Leaves as well. But tracks like Send It Up and Bound to and Guilt Trip and On Site really grew on me. And so I actually really do enjoy this album a lot more than I did when it first came out, which is why I end up giving it the nod over Donda here. It's not one of my favorite Kanye albums, but I understand why the people who love it really do love it. It is a wild ride of an album, that's for certain. This album spells madman from the non-existent cover down to I Am a God featuring God. It feels like this was made by somebody who is not not mentally stable at the time. But I do think Yeezus is a really good album. Not one of my favorites, which is why it falls down here at 9. But nonetheless, I definitely give Yeezus its respect. It is still a very good album. Like I absolutely have to admit that. Some of these lower ones I'm not gonna talk about quite as much as the ones that I really really love. I'm sure you guys understand that. We're gonna get to Watch the Throne, which I have at number 8. And Watch the Throne is very nostalgic for me, as I'm sure it is for a lot of people. No Church in the Wild, Fellas in Paris, Otis, Gotta Have It, um, even Who Gon' Stop Me, Murder to Excellence, Made in America, even that Why I Love You song. Th- there's a lot. There's a lot on this album. That really takes me back to like middle school or like high school. And yeah, man, I actually really enjoy this album a lot more than I like remembered enjoying it. Like when I came back and went through this track list, I was like, oh wow, like a lot of these, and perhaps it is the nostalgic factor, but I was like, a lot of these songs like actually like do mean a lot to me. And so it was kind of interesting to take a visit back through this one. My absolute favorites are the ones I named: No Church in the Wild, In Paris, Otis, Gotta Have It, Who Gonna Stop Me, Murder to Excellence, Made in America, Why I Love You, all those. And then even some of the bonus tracks are pretty damn solid as well. So I've got Watch the Throne clocking in at number 8. And reading off some of those songs, the fact that this is as low as number 8, I think it's a testament to how great Kanye's discography is. But yeah, I think it's very telling how great his discography is that this album finds its way all the way down at number 8. Now we're gonna get into number 7. Sorry, hopefully you guys hear that. So now we're gonna get into number 7, which is 808s and Heartbreak. And 808s and Heartbreak, I'm gonna say this with all these albums because somebody's gonna be mad that their favorite album isn't higher. Kanye is one of those artists where um, you never know what somebody's gonna say when you ask them their favorite Kanye album. It's damn near a different answer every time. Um, I've been lucky enough to encounter a bunch of people who share my favorite Kanye album, which obviously I don't want to spoil. We will get to at the end of the video, but I've been blessed to encounter people who share uh, favorite Kanye albums with me, and they're all super dope people. So that's really cool. But yeah, man. So 808s and Heartbreak. So this is another track list that is super tight. I don't think there's a song that I would consider to be a skip on this. Some of my favorites would be Say You Will, Welcome to Heartbreak, oh man. Heartless, amazing, Love Lockdown. Paranoid, I like Paranoid too. Streetlights is cool. See You in My Nightmares, Coldest Winter is really good. Um, Pinocchio Freestyle is a very powerful way to end the album. This is a heart wrenching album at times. But man, I wish I could put it higher. Like it hurts me to say that this is at 7. Like to because there was a time when 808s and Heartbreak was a clear top 5 Kanye album. I think some albums have come out since that I just tend to personally favor a little bit more. Um, but just to think about the fact that 808s and Heartbreak isn't a top five Kanye album, it just kind of hurts because this album is extremely important to Kanye, extremely important to music, and in particular, like mainstream music and how it shifted after this album came out. And some of my favorite Kanye songs are on here, so it hurts that this is this low, but I gotta be honest here. Like, I'm here to give y'all my personal favorite ranking of Kanye albums. Like, I'm not here to try to be objective or do what I think is better, right? I'm just here to tell you Kenny Moss's top 10 favorite Kanye albums because, my perspective is a perspective that only I could have. So I'm trying to give that fully. And that means 808s has to be at 7. It hurts me too. So like for everybody who wants to yell at me in the comments and be like 808 should be way higher, I'm not mad at you. I fully understand, man. Like we're talking about Kanye here. Like I fully understand why 808s would be your favorite Kanye album. Oh my god, that one hurts. Okay. It was a struggle, bro. Picking between 808s and this album that I have at 6 and which one was going to be higher was such a big fucking struggle. And I know the album I have at 5 people are already going to be mad about, but it is what it is, man. So at number 6, to pick this over 808s was so difficult, but I'll explain to you guys why I picked it over 808s. At number 6, I have The Life of Pablo. And it was hard to pick it over 808s cuz is it a better album than 808s and Heartbreak? I wouldn't say so. I don't think it's a better album. But do I personally like it more? Yeah, I do, bro. Like something about how fucking just chaotic and wild and off the fucking walls this album is. It has a charm about it for that reason. I just to go from Ultralight Beam to talking about bleached assholes on a song that's called Father Stretch My Hands. With the panda, just the panda verse straight ripped and put on it, but it's still hard. And then Fame, like this album is batshit crazy, bro. Like from the moment you put it on, you can't even get even just a few tracks in before you're like, what the fuck is going on? And I just love that about this album, bro. Um, I also think some of Kanye's best songs end up on this album. I think Ultralight Beam is one of Kanye's best songs. I think as goofy as certain parts of it is, Father Stretch My Hands is one of his best songs. Waves is really damn good as well. Friends is really damn good. No More Parties in LA with Kendrick is really damn good. Saint Pablo is really damn good. Like I just love the chaotic nature and the just like I said, just batshit crazy essence of Pablo, and I think that's why I personally enjoy Pablo more than 808s. Is 808s better than Pablo? Honestly, yeah, I think it is. I would agree um that I think 808s is a. If I was trying to be objective and like I was checking off objective criteria as far as these lists go, then I would probably put 808s above Pablo. But I'm not doing that. I'm literally just doing me, Kenny Moss. What do I feel I enjoy more? And it's got to be Pablo for me at number 6. And 6 is coveted, bro. Like that's the sixth man right there. That's if somebody in the starting 5 gets hurt, you up and you gotta fill the spot. So it was tough to pick the sixth man, but I gave it to Pablo, and I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I think something about Pablo just I can't not have a soft spot for Life of Pablo just based off of how crazy it is. At number 5, I have, and this is the one where I think people are gonna get mad, and the fact that Pablo and 808s and Yeezus and everything is not in the top 5, people already probably know which one it is. And Kid See Ghost, man, I got Kid See Ghost at number 5, and I don't care. I don't care if anybody gets mad at me. Um, I love Kid See Ghost. Like I loved it from the moment it came out. That stretch during that summertime where Kanye just was putting out um it was an album every week, right? Like we knew every week we were getting something new produced by Kanye, and it was Yay, it was Kids See Ghosts, it was Daytona, it was the Nas album, and then I think he did a album with Teyana Taylor. Just during that whole stretch, I forgot about Daytona. I'm not gonna lie, but I think Kids See Ghosts is still my favorite during that stretch. It definitely was at that time. As much as I love Daytona, Kids See Ghosts definitely was my favorite at that time. Um, but yeah, that stretch was a wild stretch for music, and I honestly think that Kids See Ghosts was my favorite from it, and I didn't expect to love it as much as I did because I hadn't like really enjoyed a Kid Cudi album in a while when this came out, and the last Kanye album before this one was Pablo. And even though I've grown to like really really like Pablo now, I didn't love Pablo for the first couple of years that it was out. I didn't hate it either, but I was like, yeah, I like it. But I didn't like it like I do now. So I didn't have like super high expectations for this. I really enjoyed Daytona, and then I thought that Yay was cool. Like I didn't love Yay, so this one was the third one. I'm pretty sure it went Daytona first, then Yay, then this one. And I love Daytona, but that was largely because of Pusha. I mean, Kanye's beats were incredible, but Pusha was incredible as well. Yay was cool to me, and so I wasn't super hyped for this because the last thing I've heard from Kanye was Pablo and Ye, which I just thought were cool, and then I hadn't heard anything I really liked from Cudi in a minute. But when I listened to this, bro, I absolutely loved it. Feel the Love, I think, is an awesome intro to the track. That a fucking wild song, that definitely I did not see coming when the first time I listened to this. Pusha is crazy on it, but Fire and Fourth Dimension, love the instrumentals on those, and I love Kanye's verse. Kanye's verses. One of my favorite things about this album is that it felt like Kanye cared about having very good verses again. As much as I enjoy Pablo, there's not a whole lot of that outside of certain tracks like No More Parties in L.A. and some others. Kanye didn't seem to care about having like rock solid verses from like a technical lyricism aspect. Anymore on Pablo, and I would say the same thing about Ye. So I didn't expect Kanye to be rapping well, for lack of a better like wording for it, right? But he was rapping his ass off. And I thought that Ghost Town Part 2 was even better than the first one, and I actually did really like the first one, but this one was I thought incredible. Reborn, Kids See Ghosts, and Cuddy Montage to end it. Like I that is a 7 track run where it's like I put it on and I'm like, this is amazing music from front to back. So it makes my top 5 because it is an album that I personally don't nitpick many flaws from this. And even though it's only 7 songs and 24 minutes, like he doesn't give himself a lot of time to give to fuck up, but it's still hard to put together something this good, even if you are giving yourself only 7 tracks. And that almost makes it even harder because if a song was bad, it would stick out way more. Like imagine if 6 of the songs were incredible and one of them was just ass. That would pull the album down way more because there's so much less. It's weighted more just purely based off the short track list, and that doesn't happen here. I think everything that's here is well deserved to be here. I think it's well packaged. I think it flows well. I think it's extremely unique music. I think it's incredibly well crafted music, and I think everybody, including Kanye and Cudi, and then all of the features who are present, I think they all show great chemistry. So maybe it's controversial, guys, but I'm putting Kids See Ghosts in my top 5 Kanye albums of all time, and that is just me. So now we're gonna get to number 4, and this is where it gets interesting, man. This top 4 is where I feel like people don't really know what I'm gonna pick. Some people who know me, they already know what my favorite Kanye album is, but do you know what my 2 through 4 is? I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. So at number 4, I'm gonna put Graduation, and Graduation is an album that I see a lot of people say is their favorite Kanye album, and it's an album that a lot of people just in general, even if it's not their favorite Kanye album, I notice people tend to be higher on it than me. Um, Now I have grown to be higher on it than I was, but there was a time where I didn't see this as um like one of Kanye's best albums. Like I just really didn't. Like I had 808s above this one. I think I even, it sounds crazy to say now cuz I definitely don't agree with this take at all anymore, but I think there was a time where I even had Watch the Throne above Graduation, which just sounds absurd to me when I say it now. But that definitely was a thing. And so uh, when I went back and revisited this, and just in general, as I've gotten older, I've grown to appreciate this album way more. Realize I was not giving it the respect it deserves. Um, Good Morning, Champion, Stronger, I Wonder, Good Life, Can't Tell Me Nothing, and Barry Bonds. That is the first 7 songs of this album. That is that's crazy. That is crazy, bro. That first 7 is nuts. Um, we won't talk about Drunken Hot Girls. We don't have to talk about that one. But then you get to Flashing Lights, Everything I Am, The Glory, Homecoming, and Big Brother. Look, bro, if you say this is your favorite Kanye album, the same thing I said about 808s. If you say this is your favorite Kanye album, I understand. I fully understand. There's one skip on the whole thing for me, and that's Drunken Hot Girls. And everything surrounding that one skip is like is a hit. Is an absolute hit. So I fully understand people who say that this is their favorite Kanye album. But it's not mine. I lean, I don't want to give away too much about how the top of this list is gonna go by saying this, but I lean more towards like soulful. Um, I lean more towards soulful Kanye than I lean towards stadium Kanye. I hope that makes sense. And Graduation to me is absolutely like stadium Kanye. Um, I still love the album. I still think it's an incredible album. Like I just listed 12 of the 13 tracks that I think all 12 are incredible. So it's an album that I fully understand someone saying this is Kanye's best album. I just don't I don't personally agree that it's his best, and it's not my favorite. I would say that both those things. I don't think it's his best, and it's certainly not my favorite. But it's still a classic. It's still an incredible album, and it is still one of the best albums ever made. And if you said it's his best, I wouldn't argue with you. I don't disagree so much to the point where I'm gonna argue with you if you say Graduation is Kanye's best. Like if you said Yeezus or Donda, like I might contest you. I probably would contest you, but like if you're gonna say Graduation or 808s, I'm not gonna argue on that one. All right, guys, and so with that, we're now gonna get to the top three. So my top three Kanye albums. Picking 2 and 3 was the toughest part for me because I already knew my one. And picking the other ones, I wasn't like as greatly attached to those ones as I am to these top three. So this top three was definitely the most difficult, and in particular, this 2 and 3. I ended up going with, and this is going to be a controversial pick because I think this is probably the unanimous pick for Kanye's best album. But at number 3, I'm going to put My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And my reasoning for having Fantasy be at 3 and not higher is just I simply just have a lot more nostalgia and just personal attachment to the 2 albums that I have in front of it, which at this point you guys probably know what 2 albums that is. Um, but I don't have quite the same personal connection to Twisted Fantasy as those 2 albums. Is Twisted Fantasy better than those 2 albums? I wouldn't say you're wrong if you said that. Um, I mean, shit. Dark Fantasy, Gorgeous, Power, All the Lights, Monster, So Appalled, Devil in a New Dress, Runaway, Hell of a Life, Blame Game, Lost in the World. Um, I, the whole thing is hits upon hits. So I can't be mad at you saying somebody saying that Twisted Fantasy is Kanye's best album. Um, there's songs on it that I don't love as much as everyone else does. Like Runaway, it's a great song. I fully understand why everyone loves it, and I do love it as well. I think it's an incredible song, but I don't love it like I see a lot of other people love it. I'm not married to that song in the same way. I'm not super married to Hell of a Life. I'm not super married to Blame Game really either. Um, and So Appalled I think is really really dope, but I'm not super married to that one either. So I'm not quite as high on Twisted Fantasy as everybody else is, just from a personal enjoyment standpoint. I still recognize it as one of the greatest rap albums ever made, and one of the most impressive rap albums ever made. Like even these songs that I'm saying I'm not married to, I'm not saying I'm not impressed by them. I am thoroughly impressed by every single song on this album. I want to make that extremely clear. I am 100% impressed by every single moment on Twisted Fantasy. I'm just doing this list from Kenny Moss personal listening experience. Just what do I actually enjoy more, and what do I personally go back to more? And I personally go back to these other two Kanye albums more than I go back to Twisted Fantasy. But they're all incredible. I all think they're worthy of a 10 out of 10 rating. But yeah, Twisted Fantasy just so happens to be the 10 out of 10 album that falls to 3 for me, just because the other two just hold a little bit more of a personal spot in my heart. Um, whether or not they're better can be up for debate, but this is just my favorites, and I gotta put Twisted Fantasy at 3. So now we're gonna get into the top 2. So at number 2, I have College Dropout. Picking College Dropout over Twisted Fantasy, like I said, picking between 2 and 3 was the hardest one. Taking College Dropout over Twisted Fantasy was the hardest decision of this entire list. Like by far for me, bro. I went back and forth. Even now when I was just talking about Twisted Fantasy, I hope I wasn't stumbling over my words too much, because all that was running through my head was you should have put Twisted Fantasy at 2. You should have put Twisted Fantasy at 2. But I just pulled up the College Dropout track list right now, and I don't think so, man. I think I made the right choice putting College Dropout at 2 as far as my personal enjoyment of these albums go. College Dropout is just so nostalgic for me. I still remember the exact time in my life when I first got introduced to this album, and I still remember how mind blown I was by, first of all the skits and just the general nature and vibe and like brightness of this album. I love how bright and like comforting this album sounds. I was blown away by All Falls Down. I was blown away from Spaceships, by Jesus Walks, by Never Let Me Down, by Get 'Em High. New Workout Plan was hilarious. Slow Jams, blown away by it. I really enjoyed Breathe In, Breathe Out with Ludacris as well. School Spirit is one of the most underrated Kanye songs to me. I still absolutely love that song. Two Words and Through the Wire and Family Business are all classics. Last Call is a classic. Kanye was the first one to do that extended outro like type of thing, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I listen to that full song every time I listen to this album. I just named the whole album right there, guys. Like these, at least these top 3 Kanye albums, I would all say are probably 10 out of 10. That's why it was so hard to pick between them. But I gotta give College Dropout this second spot over Twisted Fantasy, man. I was so, when I can just remember the first time that I heard an album to this extent, and just how obsessed I was with this album the first time I heard it. I have to give it to College Dropout, man. And I maybe wouldn't want nostalgia to factor in too much into these lists, but at the same time, I almost do kind of want nostalgia to be a major factor in these lists, because these are my lists, man. You can go to any Kanye list and see Twisted Fantasy at the top and whatever. So it's like I just want to give thorough, like genuinely my own perspective, because my own perspective is only I could really have my full blown own perspective. So I do kind of want nostalgia to heavily factor in, and that was the main, I think, factor between picking Dropout over Twisted Fantasy. And I believe I made the right choice, bro. Like when I look back through this track list, as much as I was doubting it when I was talking about Twisted Fantasy, re-looking at College Dropout here, yeah, College Dropout is my second favorite Kanye album, and I absolutely should do off the wall on this. I should absolutely do an off the wall on all of these top four, and probably should have to do an off the wall on 808s at some point as well. But yeah, let me know in the comments below which one you guys would want to see me do first. I'll definitely do them. It might take us some time to get around to all of them, but those are all classic albums that I would absolutely love to go more in depth and give a track by track analysis on, in the way that I do in Off the Wall. So yeah, let me know which one you guys would want to see the most. And number one, it's pretty much given away at this point that it couldn't be a secret if I wanted it to be. It's Late Registration. Unless you guys thought I was gonna put Jesus as King at number one, it had to have been Late Registration. So yes, Late Registration is my favorite Kanye album of all time. And like I said, I got blessed to meet a lot of people who share that Late Registration is their favorite Kanye album as well. And I'll say this, I haven't met a single person who has Late Registration as their favorite Kanye album and isn't dope as fuck. So I'm not saying that your favorite Kanye album says anything about your personality. I'm just saying that people who have Late Registration at number one have been nothing but fly motherfuckers throughout my scientific study. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Not that my scientific study is all that in depth, but it's literally on a case by case who I meet randomly basis. But Late Registration is easily my favorite Kanye album. I love the skits on this album. Again, like we talk about nostalgia, I have nostalgia attached to like everything in this album. I played this album like crazy when I was in middle school, bro. Heard him say Touch the Sky. Oh my god, Lupe, bro. Lupe's verse is incredible on Touch the Sky. Gold Digger, there's no way you can't love that song. The skits on this album are fucking awesome. The broke, five broke. We ain't got it. Like and the way they set up Drive Slow. Drive Slow, by the way, it that is my favorite Kanye song of all time. If you were like you can only pick one Kanye song for the rest of your life, again, it's a heavily nostalgia driven pick. And I know it's a pick that not a lot of other people are probably going to understand. But Drive Slow is my favorite Kanye song of all time, bro. I love what GLC did on that song. I love Paul Wall on that song. I love Kanye's verse on that song. The instrumental is amazing to me, bro. And it's crazy because he took Shorty Wanna Be a Thug from All Eyes on Me, but it just made it so much better. Like, love it, bro. And that's not to say Shorty Wanna Be a Thug isn't dope. It is still that's an incredible song as well. Drive Slow, man. It's my favorite Kanye song ever. I'll leave it at that. But then you get My Way Home with Common. Then you get Crack Music. Then you get Roses, Bring Me Down with Brandy, even Addiction, which is a song that I'm not as high on as a lot of these other ones. I still have some nostalgia attached to that song. And then we get to Diamonds from Sierra Leone with Jay-Z, and then We Major with Nas on the second track. And this wasn't like super far removed from the Nas and Jay beef. This would be like Kendrick and Drake being featured on the same album on back-to-back tracks in like 2027. Like that's just too early. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Kanye did it here, and both those songs are absolute classic. Like, both those are some of the best rap songs ever made, in my opinion. Then you get Hey Mama. Who doesn't love that song? Celebration, which you just can't help but smile when it comes on. Gone, which is an incredible song, an incredible closing track. Then you get the Diamonds from Sierra Leone bonus track that doesn't have Jay-Z, and I low-key like this version even more. Now, don't get me wrong, Jay's verse is incredible, but Kanye was just rapping his ass off on this bonus track version. And then you get Late as another bonus track. I think it's a hidden track on like my physical. I think on my vinyl I have it as a hidden track, but all of those, man, the whole thing. And Kanye worked with John Bryan on this album, and so I want to say one thing about John Bryan. So everything, from what I can gather, everything that John Bryan touches turns to gold. From working with Kanye on Late Registration here, to John Bryan's stuff that he did with Elliott Smith, to working on Circles with Mac Miller and how incredible Circles turned out. John Bryan just seems to know how to make magic happen. So if you as an artist ever have an opportunity to work with John Bryan for the course of a whole album, take that opportunity, bro, because the man's track record is fucking nuts. Yeah, so I just wanted to say that, but again, man, easily my favorite Kanye album. It's not even close for me, and it hasn't been close since it's probably since I was like 12 years old. I think since I was like 12 years old, this has been my favorite Kanye album, and I don't think that has changed once. Because College Dropout was the first, or no, Twisted Fantasy was the first Kanye album I ever heard. But College Dropout was the first Kanye album that really, really resonated with me on a heavy level. I didn't get hella into Twisted Fantasy until later. Once I listened to College Dropout and Late Registration and became a Kanye fan, that's when I revisited Twisted Fantasy and realized how incredible it was. But College Dropout was the first Kanye album that like really, really grabbed me. And when I listened to Late Registration afterwards, I was like, wow, he did it even better. And I was so blown away by College Dropout that when I listened to Late Registration and felt that it was even better, and while still being different and still being unique, it kept a lot of what I loved about College Dropout, but still just completely spun it into its own thing at the same time. And I thought it was better. And I was just so amazed that it came out a year after Dropout and it was even better to me. I couldn't believe that. So yeah, man, Late Registration, easily my favorite Kanye album. That's going to do it for the top 10 Kanye albums. I don't know how long this is. I'm hoping I at least got to 30 minutes because I try to keep these long for you guys since I am posting like the audio only content as well. And since a lot of the feedback that I get from people is that they like how deeply I go in depth and they like how long the videos are. And I also get a lot of people who used to say that they liked falling asleep to the videos back when I had the old channel. And so for that reason, I just like to make the videos long. I like to make them in depth and keep the conversation going. And so I hope I got at least to a half hour for you guys on this one. Again, I'm sorry that this was not an entire discography review, but I just did not have it in me to try to go through Vultures 1 and 2 and Donda 2 to a thorough enough level to where I felt like I could really compare them amongst each other and rank them. And so I just felt it better to just do, these are my top 10 Kanye albums, and just let everything on the outside be what it is. And so, yeah, man, these are my top 10. To recap, I'll recap and then I'll give you guys like my 3 essential tracks from each album. So we'll recap from 1 to 10 here. So at number 1, I had Late Registration. If I was going to give you guys 3 essential tracks, I think that I would have to go with Drive Slow is in there for me. Roses is in there for me. And I think I have to go Touch the Sky. The Curtis Mayfield sample, coupled with Lupe's verse and Kanye having some of his most iconic quotables on that song as well. I got to give it to Touch the Sky. And so then we get to College Dropout. That was our number 2 pick. And if I was going to give 3 from College Dropout, I have to give Spaceships 100%. I have to give Jesus Walks absolutely. And I only have 1 spot remaining. And I'm gonna give it to Slow Jams, man. Slow Jams, not another song like it, and it's one of the most iconic songs in Kanye's entire discography. I'm starting to lose my voice here. It's late at night, guys. We doing late Radio Moss After Dark right now, so it's midnight where I'm at in Reno, but I'm still gonna record this for you guys. I'm still gonna get it edited, and I'm still gonna have it uploaded by the morning because it was supposed to be uploaded by tomorrow morning, and I refuse to miss that deadline. So I'm still gonna get this shit done on time for you guys. And then at number 3, we had Twisted Fantasy. My 3 songs from Twisted Fantasy, I would have to give it to Gorgeous. I absolutely love Gorgeous. I would have to give it to Devil in a New Dress. And I'm gonna give it to Power. I think I'm gonna give it to Power to round out my three essentials from Twisted Fantasy. My three essentials from Graduation, which is the album that we ended up putting at number four. I gotta go. Can't Tell Me Nothing has to be there, and this is, oh my god, man, it gets so hard. Okay, I'm going to go Homecoming because I love the concept of that song and I love the piano on that song. And then I'm gonna go with Everything I Am. It's tough to choose between Everything I Am and Champion, and even Good Morning is really good. But I'm gonna go with Everything I Am to round out my three essentials from Graduation. And then Kids See Ghosts, my three favorite from that one. I have to give the last two tracks, Kids See Ghosts and Cuddy Montage, I have to show those love by default. And then whether or not Fourth Dimension or Fire, I'm gonna go Fourth Dimension. It's just a little bit more unique as far as its production goes, and really just the approach to the verses and everything. I got to give it to Fourth Dimension. So that would be my top three from Kids See Ghosts. Life of Pablo. So to give three essentials from Life of Pablo. No More Parties in LA has to for me personally. Saint Pablo would have to go for me like be in the top three for me personally. And picking a third one to round it out is where it kind of gets hard. But I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go with Ultralight Beam. I think I'm going to go with Ultralight Beam. That was when everybody still loved Chance. That verse was just that was a massive moment. That whole song was a massive moment. And then we get to 808s and Heartbreak, which we had at number eight, or at number seven. My bad. And my three from that one, I would have to go with Give Me Love Lockdown for sure. Give me Welcome to Heartbreak. Give me, oh man, give me Coldest Winter. Give me Welcome to Heartbreak, Love Lockdown, and Coldest Winter. Those are my three from 808s. And then Watch the Throne. Oh man, Watch the Throne is gonna be tough too. Give me Otis has to be there just because that sample blows my mind. No Church in the Wild, I think I have to put there too. And I think I have to put Gotta Have It. Just because Gotta Have It is another one that sample just is so incredible to me. So yeah, that would be my three from Watch the Throne. My three from Yeezus. Give me Blood on the Leaves because I think that instrumental is nuts. Give me Bound 2, and I love the drum. I love the drums on Black Skinhead. So give me Black Skinhead. So I'll take Black Skinhead, Blood on the Leaves, and Bound 2 from Yeezus, which was our number 9 album, and the album at number 10 was Donda. Give me Life of the Party with Andre. Give me Off the Grid for sure. I don't know why this song resonates with me. I don't know why I like it so much, but I think I'm gonna go with Jail. So I'm gonna go Life of the Party, Off the Grid, and Jail for Donda. Are they right in order? They are right in order. My three favorite songs apparently are right in order on that album. But yeah, guys, so that completes the top 10. There's my three essential tracks. If I had to pick only three for each one, those are the three I would pick for each one. At least at this very moment here at 12:22 at night, in Reno, Nevada, at as I currently am. Those are that's the order I would pick for the albums. That's the three tracks I would take from the albums, and that is my fully honest opinion, just purely based off of my personal enjoyment and what I feel at this moment in time, and not any sort of criteria or not trying to be objective in any way. Just which albums do I thoroughly enjoy the most, and could I see myself returning back to most often from this point forward, and that is the true and honest order, guys. So let me know what you think down below. Let me know what your favorite Kanye album is. Let me know where I fucked up on my list and where I could have been better. And yeah, leave your guys' full rankings down below. Let me know. Do I need to go listen to the Vultures albums and Donda 2? Am I missing out? Like, is one of those three albums gonna replace one of these albums in this top 10 for me? let me know, because if somebody really wants to advocate for any one of those albums, maybe I will give it some time and go sit down with it. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it. It was cool. It was fun to talk to get the Kanye ranking out of the way. That's like the ranking where everyone's like rank Kanye, rank Kanye. Well, we got it out the way early, so don't you guys don't ever gotta ask what is Kenny's favorite Kanye album. It's Late Registration, and it's been Late Registration for most of my life, and I don't think it's ever gonna change. Thank you for watching the whole video, especially if you got to this point. If you got to this point, you must think it's pretty cool kicking it here with me. So I'll do some plugs. Go check out my music. If you guys like my taste in music, perhaps you'll like the music I make as well. So I have my most recent single is Cold with my man Got the Juice. I've also got 3 projects out, a mixtape titled Legacy, which I dropped the exact same day that the Celtics won the championship. It's a concept project paying homage to different notorious Celtics players, but it's about a lot more than that too. There's a lot to that tape. Go check it out if you're interested. I also have another mixtape, Las Sombras, which is real lo-fi, real late night somber vibes, actually kind of where we're at right now. So if you guys want to check that one out too, please do. And my debut album, Michael Kenneth Smith, which was paying homage to my cousin Mikey, is out as well. And some of my most popular songs come from that album. So please go check that one out as well, guys. That's pretty much it as far as the music. I do have a new single coming out with Bell sometime later in August, and then another single coming out in September. And those 2 singles are going to be part of a rollout for my album dropping in October. So be on the lookout for that as well. I also have a full collaboration album coming out with Juice in 2026, so be on the lookout for that as well. I just did a off the first listen of the Clips podcast. If you guys want to see the TikTok live and see my first reaction, you guys can head over to my Patreon, and it'll be up there. You guys don't have to pay for my Patreon to see the off the first listens. You guys can just anybody is free to join the lives when they're happening, and I'll try to make sure that the schedule of when they're gonna occur is well known, so that everybody can get in there if they want to. But if you do want to watch the replays, it is through my Patreon. Now, like I say, guys, just DM me if anybody really can't afford it and really wants the content. Like, I'm not here for the money, and I'm a cool dude, so we can definitely work something out. But yeah, so that's over there on my Patreon. If you guys wanted to watch that, we're gonna do an actual off the press, full-fledged deep dive album review on the Clips album. That's gonna come out on Tuesday. Hopefully, I'll have my man Tajir for that. He's a busy dude, so hopefully he can make it. But if not, it'll just be me. But we're gonna go fully in depth, track by track, on the Clips album, which I absolutely loved. If you guys want to see my first reaction, I was pretty blown away. I thought I would enjoy the album. I didn't think I was going to love it as much as I did. I thought it was a super fun first listening experience. But yeah, guys, check out kennymossmusic.com for all things me, and I will catch you guys in the very near future. Give me a like and a subscribe for more podcasts like this, more music if you rock with the music, and more vinyl content as well, because I have an absurdly large collection, and I'm going to be doing vinyl content for a minute. So, but yeah, guys, it's been Kenny Moss. It's been fun. Thank you guys for listening to the Radio Moss Pod, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.